Sally here, and today we're diving into a powerful concept that can completely shift how you attract women, especially as you get older. And here's the most fascinating part: it has nothing to do with money. It's not about looks, and it definitely isn't about those cheesy pickup lines you see all over the internet. The reality is, these two words activate something much deeper in the female mind, something that sparks emotional connection points most men don't even realize exist. And listen, I'm going to tell you exactly what these words are. I'll break down the science behind them, but there's a small detail that almost nobody picks up on, and it's this very detail that separates the men women forget from the ones they can't stop thinking about. Stay with me until the end, because this could completely transform the way you communicate. Let me share something with you. For years, I've analyzed thousands of interactions between men and women. And do you know what stood out? The men who attract the most aren't necessarily the most handsome. They're not the wealthiest either. They're the ones who have mastered one simple thing: direct emotional communication. While most men are going in circles with empty conversations, trying to please, trying not to offend, the men who truly stand out take a completely different approach. They use two words that function like master keys to the female subconscious. You see, the human brain is naturally wired to respond to certain communication patterns, and these two words, when used correctly, create what we call positive emotional anchoring. So let's get into it. The first word is I want. Sounds almost too simple, right? But pay attention to what happens when a man says, I want, with clarity and confidence. First, he's owning his desires. He's not asking for permission. He's not testing the waters. He's being direct. And here's an important insight into female psychology: women are drawn to men who know what they want. Why? Because it signals leadership. It shows that you can make decisions and that you won't place the burden of choosing onto her. Think about this for a second. When you say, I don't know, maybe we could hang out sometime if you want, what are you really communicating? Uncertainty, fear of rejection, lack of direction. Now compare that to, I want to take you out for dinner on Saturday. I know a great place. Feel the difference. You're not pleading, you're leading, you're creating an experience. And this isn't about being aggressive, it's about being assertive. It's about having the confidence to take up space and say, this is what I want. When you do this, you trigger something in her brain known as sexual polarity. You position yourself as the masculine energy that takes initiative, naturally awakening the feminine side that responds to being led. Now, the second phrase, and this is the one that changes everything, is I appreciate. Pay close attention here, because this is where the real shift happens. If you only use I want, you can come across as self-centered. It might seem like you're only interested in taking something from the interaction. But when you combine I want with I appreciate, you create a powerful balance. You show that you're a man who takes initiative, but also someone with emotional depth. Let me give you a clear example. Imagine you're talking to a woman you're interested in. Instead of simply saying, I want to see you again, you say, I want to see you again because I really appreciate the way you think. Conversations with you have a depth that's rare. See what changed? You're not just expressing desire. You're showing that you truly see her, that you value who she is as a person. And that, my friend, is incredibly attractive. Why does this work so well? Because most men only compliment physical appearance. They stay on the surface. But you're going deeper. You're recognizing her essence. And here's the best part. When your appreciation is genuine, you're not coming from a place of need. You're coming from choice. And women can sense that difference instantly. If this is resonating with you, go ahead and leave a like below. It shows me you're serious about improving and leveling up. Now, let me point out the mistake that ruins all of this. The mistake is using these words without congruence. So, what is congruence? It's when your body language, your tone, and your words are all in alignment. If you say, I want to take you out to dinner, but your posture is slouched, your eyes are on the floor, and your voice is unsure, the message falls apart. Your body is broadcasting insecurity while your words are trying to project confidence. And the female mind is extremely sensitive to these mismatches. It works like an emotional lie detector. So when you say, I want, stand tall, maintain eye contact, and keep your chest open. When you say, I appreciate, slow down, pause. Let the sincerity come through in your tone. That's where the impact is. This level of depth is exactly what I go into in my full guide, Attraction Secrets. In it, I teach not just what to say, but how to align your energy and presence so that every word you speak carries real emotional weight. And there's one more key element: timing. You don't go around repeating "I want" and "I appreciate" in every conversation like a robot. That would feel unnatural. You use them at the right moments, when you want to clearly express intent and create a lasting emotional impression. For example, at the end of a great date, you look her in the eyes and say, "I want to see you again. I really appreciate the energy you bring." That's it. You've just created a positive emotional anchor. Now, whenever she thinks about you, she'll recall that feeling of being seen, valued, and desired all at once. If you want to go deeper into this, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell. Every week, I share content like this to give you an edge in the attraction game. Now you've got the tools. Use them wisely, use them with integrity. And remember, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be real. See you next time.